with us tonight. We'll see if it works or not, but I'm trying. How you guys doing? It's good to see you. Sorry again for the confusion in the scheduling today. Thank you for rolling with the punches, even though there really wasn't any other option, but I appreciate you. And we'll see if Audrey hangs out with us. And we are going to be working on the spiral piece tonight. Hi, Tina. Hi, Cara. Good to see you guys. How's it going? Hi, Kim. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Gren. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming to hang out. How are ya? No, stay. Stay over on your blanket. No. Come here. I was hoping you would stay. I was hoping you would stay. Why don't you go lay on your blanket? Do you want down? I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but it's not going too well. What do you want? You don't want to be on camera, do you? Hi, babe. Will you lay down? Yeah. Yay! Hooray! All right. Hi, Nicole. I know, Queen Audrey. She's settling in. Hi, Audrey. Good girl. I'm glad you're doing good, Cara. Wonderful to hear. Hi, Lay. How are you doing today, Kim? Glad your live time changed because I was out, so I wouldn't have to. Oh, well, there we go. I'm glad it worked out. That's nice. Ooh, Applebee's. I always loved going to Applebee's for their boneless buffalo chicken bites. I know, isn't she just too cute? And look at the tail. Right, Audrey? Yeah, when we talk about her, when we talk about Audrey, the tail goes. I know. I was trying so hard to see. I'm so sorry, Kim. Yeah, that was my brain, entirely my brain that was the problem there, and I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're better now. I know, she's so sweet, eh? Hi, Barb. Boneless chicken bites. Oh, that sounds really good, Cara. Yep, that was my favorite. Hi, are you okay? You all right? Yeah? You're okay. I'm going to switch out my paints, and then we'll get ready to paint with Miss Audrey for the evening. Oh, good. I'm glad it was good. That sounds fun. I'd never even crossed my mind until Lay came in and mentioned it. And yeah, just terrible. Just terrible. Not pleased with myself. But at the same time, it is what it is. And we'll try to do better. I'm only a human. And I know you guys understand my brain often better than I do. So it is what it is. We're not meant for perfection. I know, isn't she so beautiful? Hi, cutie. Haven't had Applebee's since 2010. Oh my goodness, that's a long time, Cara. What a nice treat then. So I went looking for my other mica powders that I have. Can't find them anywhere. Shocker, right? But so these are the mica powders on a black background. Now, this is the really cool part. I did it on a white background as well. And the one on the left, those blues are the same. But then the one on the right, look at that pearl. And it's even pinker in person. Like right there, it's quite bright, but then it goes really, really pink there. But really, really cool. It's amazing to me how you get more of the color shift on the white background. I think I would on the dark background too, but it just needs to be bigger. But wanted to show those to you guys. When I can find my other ones, then we will test them out too and play with them on the same swatch, and just I'm gonna hopefully start building a whole little pile of swatches. I know, right? Of course I lost them. Makes perfect sense. So we're not going to say that I lost them. They are just somewhere that I cannot see them. Because I know they are here. I know I did not throw them away. So that's a good thing to be sure of. However, they are not currently in my field of visibility. All right, so we are going to mix up some paint. Yeah, hidden in chaos. Well, and it's so funny because there's a few places that they might be, because I've got some totes packed up from when I kind of moved everything out of my studio for the summer because of the heat in that room. And it's been so infuriating. Like, it's been so good to be out here, but I have not been organized, and it's been so hot that I can't spend time in the studio to get it clean and ready to go. And it's absolutely infuriating because I don't know where anything is. I've got like my few things that I've used on the last couple of lives, but outside of that, I'm like, I don't know where anything is. I don't know where my stuff is. It's limiting my choices, and I don't like it. So I'm hoping that we'll get a little bit of relief from some of the heat in a few days, and then I can jump on it and try and get it cleared out a little bit. Hopefully, anyway. So I have this boogery paint that I'm using. It's the only bottle I have. They didn't have any more at Michael's. So we're making do, but I'm going to try and pick some of the boogers out. And then I'm going to add some flow medium, some matte medium, in an attempt to thin it down a little bit. But I kind of do this and go through and scoop some stuff out. Try and the preemptive booger management, as we call it. What are you guys up to tonight? Who's painting tonight? And who's done some painting today? I'm going to add a little bit of pouring medium. Now I'm adding the matte medium in the hopes that I can kind of crush some of the little paint boogers and get them mixed back in with medium, but also to thin the paint so that tiny dots are a little bit easier, because we're going to be doing a whole bunch of tiny dots. I'm hoping that we can get all of these blue dots done tonight. That's what I'm really, really hoping. So let me know what you're working on tonight. Keeping you company. Barb, I'm working on my 6 pieces this afternoon. Very nice. How are they coming? You're all base coated and ready to go. Are your hands still black? There we go. Grin, painting and listening. Wonderful. What are you working on tonight? As I distract you from your painting. Tina, I finished another side and halfway through with the last side of the tissue holder. Fantastic. That's amazing. Pretty much caught up on all 6. Very nice. That's awesome. I can't wait to see them. All right, I am going to grab some paper towel because I need to cover up my paints from this afternoon because I don't want them to go all funky on me. And then I will put the palette on them as well, just to give a little bit of a seal. And I'm gonna have this handy so that when we're stopping and chatting every once in a while, I can cover the paint up and hopefully keep it from drying out too much. It's gonna dry out just because I'm keeping it open while I'm doing so many dots, but we'll see how she do. All right, so okay, let me see. Trying to figure out what to do with the top. Did we never do the top? Did we do the top on it? We didn't, did we? Oh, shit. For those of you wondering, we're talking about one of the recent Patreon projects where we painted 4 sides of a tissue box cover. Not like the one that you guys have seen me paint on here with the greens and the brown bliss drops, but a square one for those small square boxes of tissues. So, yeah, and it was a challenge. It was a big challenge. We've had a lot of challenging workshops lately. Oh, that's right, because the 2 sides didn't really match it. That's right. Steampunk Fairy, UVGTF on a sign, and painting flowers around it. Oh, that sounds lovely, Gren. Hi, Lauren. I love you too, my friend. It's good to see ya. That's right. 2 sides are mine and 2 are demi style. That's going to look awesome. And yeah, mine didn't match. 2 of my sides didn't match my top, I think. I think the top was closest to the first 2 sides that we did on mine. Oh, I can't wait to see it. Oh, thank you, Kim. Yes, don't forget to like the live, everyone. You may have to minimize the chat, but it should be a thumbs up button right underneath my channel name. I would really appreciate it if you would like the live. It means a lot to me, and it's going to help get my lives pushed out in front of other people. And thank you too to everybody who's been watching my lives on repeat. Steffi was watching it, had her purse was watching my lives the other day. I really appreciate it because we're at 2,850 public watch hours. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I just saw Audrey make a move with her stomach. I thought she was going to start coughing on me. And the first goal is 3,000 public watch hours for me to monetize my channel. And then the next one is 4,000. So we're really, really, really close. We're over halfway on both of those goals. Thank you so much, Kim. I'm so glad you remembered. I didn't remember yet. I'm so glad, Cara. That makes me really happy to hear. I'm glad you guys like hanging out and watching the lives because I like doing them. This is my favorite thing to do. If I didn't have all the other stuff that I did in a day, I would sit and do this all damn day. All right, so let's zoom in a bit and let's start filling in these spaces. I didn't end up ordering those finger paint pots, the ones that are like the little rings that are on your fingers. Those of you that have had ordered them, have you used them a lot? I feel like I'm regretting not having them with this. I feel like this project would have done very well for a tool like that. On Temu, you can get these little mini paint pots that you wear as a ring and you flip the top off. I would never remember to close it, though. That would be my fear. I'd dump my paint all over everything. So I do every other space so that I can make sure that my wet dots don't run together. So then I go in and I backfill where I can. Oh, that's so nice to hear, Lorna. Thank you. You used to use them before you learned cones, did you? Did you remember to close them? I'd be so afraid I wouldn't remember to close them. Doesn't have a lid? Oh. That's terrifying. Yeah, I'd be afraid to use it, I think. This is where I zone out. This is the real relaxing, meditative part. And I find it very gratifying. Once you get past, like, once you get some of the rows completed, I find it's very gratifying. Yours didn't have a lid either, Lai? Yeah, that would drive me crazy. They're tiny. Gotcha. Saving mine for special occasion. Still in plastic. When the time is right, you will know. Grandma's jewels, right? Jenna just released a finger palette. Oh, no way. I gotta talk to Jenna. I gotta get that. I'm gonna have to get on her website and order that soon. Because that's so cool. Everybody has such incredible ideas. It's so much fun to see all of the creativity pouring out of everybody. Now, some of these are a little bit smaller or shorter lines because I haven't done the neon green that's going to go in between yet. Once I've done that, then I'll figure out where I'm going to dot to make sure that all the spaces are filled in. I want to kind of get everything else done first and see if it even needs to be done or how it looks once everything else is done. I feel like when I'm looking when it's only partially done, it's standing out like a sore thumb because I'm looking for it, right? But when it's all done, I might be able to see what looks a little bit better. A lid seems very inconvenient. I wouldn't close it all the time, yeah. Oh, that's the same one? It's okay. But she is selling them, but they're from Temu. That's cool. That is really cool. Oh no, I just stuck my hand in the paint. Okay, I need my black. And I'll fix that one. Has the print ring, paw print ring palettes too. Oh my god. I haven't heard of those. Gonna have to go check that out. Yeah. Yeah, not much it doesn't have, eh? But if you are in the U.S., I'm guessing that ordering from Jenna is how you will save yourself some money. If she's sourcing them, it should probably save some money compared to ordering from Temu if there are, you know, the tariffs on that. So maybe that'll work out really well. They have full set ceramic teeth individually wrapped. It comes with glue. Oh my god. That's disturbing. But I mean, yay for convenience, but that's disturbing. How many have you bought, Barb? She asked. Yes, it is, Gren. At least for some of it. Now, again, if you're in the U.S., I don't know what's happening for tariffs there for you and import fees or anything like that, so you'd want to look into that for sure. But definitely worth looking into. Most of the time, yeah. And if it's bad, you get a full refund. Yeah, it's easy to do returns. But I have my dad's false teeth as an impression so I can cast more. And then paint dot mandalas on them? I betcha. That could be a new business idea. Send us the mold of the false teeth. And we'll paint them up for you. Right? Glow in the dark paint. You could do anything with that. Chuckle fuck chicken taco. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, right? It's impossible to know what the hell's going on, eh, Gran? It's just so frustrating. So frustrating. And the de minimis rule is being removed. So the de minimis rule used to mean that anything being sent to you that had a value of under $800, you didn't have to, it was exempt from any tariffs. But now that rule's going away. So if you order anything from outside the US, there's going to be something. Right back at you, Lorna. We're so lucky with the company that we get to keep in here, isn't it? Aren't we so lucky? And who knows how many times everything is going to continue changing too, right? That's the other scary part. And if it changes while your order from somewhere is on your way to you, you're still screwed. So just make sure you do your due diligence, do your research, see where is actually going to be the most effective for you, right? Make sure you know, so that everything that you need to know, so that there's as few surprises as possible too, right? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Uh-oh, I think I just stuck my paint into a pretty big paint booger. All right, there we go. Yes. Exactly, Debbie. But on to happier notes. Yes, Temu does have a lot of great stuff. And like Lay said, it's really easy to do a return and get a refund. A lot of times if it's under a certain value, you don't even have to return the item. But I don't know what the criteria is on that. Are you excited already to do another session for that painting? I'm excited too. That was fun to get started. So we started a new workshop on Patreon today. And because the last few have been quite involved and very, very detailed, especially in the guidelines, a little more complicated, the request was to kind of go back to basics. So we're doing a dot and brushwork piece and just a couple of colors. You're waiting for the next steps? All right, I'll have to try and get on a little earlier. Yeah, give it a shot, and it's an experiment, right? If you can do the experiment, why not? So everybody's doing different colors, but the goal and the intention we went in with was to pick a Deco Art Americana and a Painted Desert acrylic. I ended up going with 2 Folk Art matte colors that are 2 different shades of green that I'm convincing myself is just a single color, because I mean it's just 2 shades of the same color, so why not? And yeah, with Painted Desert acrylics. So everybody's choosing some different colors, and we're going to build the same design with it and see how they all look different. I think it's going to be really cool. I can't wait to see how they're all different. My 2 are 2 different shades of green, and I'm using Cactus Rose as my Painted Desert acrylic. Patreon it's a membership for the workshops. There is a monthly. It is $10 US a month, I believe, is what it works out to be. It's hard to know because it changes all the time. I think it's 13 something Canadian a month. But yeah, that's where we do the workshops. Now I am going to be, I'm working on, I've got one of them almost done. I'm going to be working on creating written patterns, like the PDF downloads for all of or as many of the workshop pieces as I can. There's a couple that it's not super well set up, so I will probably actually repaint them and redo some of the instructions on them and stuff too. But yeah. What do you mean you don't know what to do now? How can we help you? Like to move on to the next bit of learning, you mean? Like what you should focus on learning next? If anybody else is listening as well and is interested in learning how to paint dot mandalas, my recommendation would always be to first go to my YouTube channel, well, which you're on right now, but go to my main channel and go to my playlists, and there is a tutorials playlist in there, and it has a bunch of projects that are start to finish in the basic techniques. So there's about 35 videos in that playlist. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. That completely snuck up on me. So that would be where to start. Once you've gone through that playlist, then I think that's when the Patreon would be a better fit. The reason I say that is because in the Patreon, it is, well, number one, it's paid. It is quite complicated. We go through a lot of really, really, really detailed guidelines and stuff. Like this piece is one of the Patreon workshop pieces, right? And they're all, almost all of them are like this to a certain extent, very intense and involved and detailed and taking quite a bit of time. So the YouTube playlist is the place to start. And then I would say after the YouTube playlist, depending on where you're at and how much you really want to challenge yourself, because we do go in to purposely challenge ourselves pretty deeply on the Patreon. There are written patterns on my website as well. And while they are also paid, they are good for any skill level, and they are excellent practice too. Thank you for the bless yous and the blessed poos. Nicole, you're back. Mom needed my help profess. She okay, Nicole? You all right? Oh, good. Debbie's explaining her. She's got a faux lime wash background using darker blues. Deco art is purple. Since I couldn't decide between Cosmic Bloom and Fairy Dust, Jamie talked me into both. I did. It's my fault. I can't wait to see it. Hey, Gabrielle. How you doing? Oh, I can't wait to see it. So when it comes to learning, that's where I would recommend starting off until you're super comfortable. Now, there are some Patreon workshops that are not quite as involved. We did some ornament workshops, that sort of thing. And you get access to all the recordings of all the previous workshops on Patreon too. But I'd say a good 50% are pretty intense. You're good, Gabrielle? Very good. I'm glad to hear that. Does that help, Lorna? Does that make sense? I mean, you're always welcome at the Patreon. Now, on Patreon, I do have a free membership as well. And so it doesn't cost money there. And I do exclusive lives for the free members as well as the paid members on Patreon. So there is another free live there. Yes, she's good. They're leaving for dinner, so I'm watching her grandson. Okay, gotcha. Very good. Glad she's okay. No PDA, so I used Arteco Metallics, black backs, red, orange, blue, purple, green, yellow, and then reversed each combo. Oh, cool. Oh, I can't wait to see. Nicole, that is so sweet. Let me see how I can set that up and figure out how to do that. Lorna, if you want to take up Nicole on her offer. That is so sweet. I think there's a way that I can set it up so that you can gift a membership to somebody else, but I don't know how it works. So I will research that though, Nicole, and keep you posted. And then we'll get that set up. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Nicole said that she'd like to gift you a month's membership on Patreon so that you can check it out and see if you like the Patreon. So if you would like to take her up on that, that is so kind. That's so sweet, Nicole. That is so sweet. You guys are too much. So generous. So I will match it and I will give her a second month. Okay? So because I know I can do it. I still haven't set it up yet, but I'll figure that out. What do you think? Chain reaction. There we go. All right, we will do that. I will figure out how to get that set up. I will let you guys know. I will probably work on that on Monday, if that's okay. So I'll get in touch with you guys on Monday and let you know what I find out. If I don't find out before then. Yeah? Lorna. No crying. No crying in baseball. That's so sweet. Love it. Love it. No, don't cry. Yeah, just say thank you. Exactly. Nicole said, Lorna, I love hanging out with everyone, even if I don't paint. You'll love it. There you go. Quality time with the friends. I will figure it out. Lovely. Lovely. That feels wonderful. All right, so now we're going to turn this back here. We're going to go and fill in the spaces. Oh, we're more close to done this color than I thought we were. We've got only 2 more sections to do. That's exciting. It's okay, Audrey. I'm sorry. I knocked over a paint bottle and it woke her up. Look at the stink eye. Look at him. I'm sorry. You okay? My little stink eye. Oh, stretch. All right. Now we're back. All right. Back to the painting. I love this painting so much. I'm so having so much fun with it. So I'm so glad that you're loving it too. It is a beast, but it's pretty fun. And seeing all of your guys's, like, I love when you guys post the pictures of your projects. Whether they're a work in progress or whether you finish them doesn't matter, because they are all so pretty. And I love to see everybody's individual spin on it. That's the way we kind of do it for the most part in Patreon is, hey, this is what we're going to do. And I want to help you get really comfortable with making your own decisions, following your own creative impulses and ideas, and getting comfortable with experimentation. Every once in a while we do stuff that's much more, follow along while you're painting kind of thing, but for the most part, there's a lot of freedom there. You're welcome, Lorna. I know, she was having none of it. She was not happy. I'm just so happy she stayed up on the table with us. That's so exciting. I'm sorry. I did it again. I dared to move my water bottle. The nerve. So each of these rows of dots is going to have 2 more rows of dots. The next one is going to be the dark blue, and then the final row is going to be the purple from the spiral. Now, I want to add in some blacklight neon as well, so I might put some neon dots on this side and then on the final edge, and they'll probably be very tiny. You are most welcome, Lorna. Huge thank you to Nicole for doing that first. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna have your tissue box holder done soon too, Lorna. That's gonna be cool, eh? Want us to, I know, right? How dare I want to not pass out from dehydration? If it wakes the cat, I should know better. I should just know better. And that's exactly what she's saying too, Gabrielle. You hit the nail right on the head. How dare you? It's like every time she moves, she's like, "Excuse me. Can I help you? Must you?" Yeah, that'll be fun. Now this is something I want to practice and get better at, is my sizing and my spacing for really long sections of dots like this. Yeah, you're still here. Oh my God. Like Ferris Bueller at the end of that. You're still here? Why? Go home. Go. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. I feel like that might need to happen one of these days soon. Yeah, some of these are a little bit of a tight squeeze and not as smooth as I'd like. I'd like to play with that a bit. We'll have to try one where we set up guidelines. I think setting up guidelines to help with it could make a difference. So we'll have to do one with like a ton of tiny guidelines. Can be done. But that could be a trip and a half, eh? Why are you scared? I did see that movie 50,000 times too many. It was one of my favorites to watch. It was one of those ones that I almost always had on in the background when I was younger. Wore out the VCR tape. That poor old VHS. Such a good movie. I tend to overwatch a lot of stuff. No worries, Lorna. It's just like this. The Patreon lives are exactly like this. So nothing to worry about at all. Good to see you, Tracy. How you doing? Oh, did you? You posted your paint tower? Okay, cool. Let me finish off this row. I will cover up my paints and give them a little bit of a break from being exposed to the elements. And then I'll get out my computer and I'll pull up the chat and have a look. I'm dying to see. All right, so let's give the paints a break. And I will get out my computer and we'll have a look at the chat. Nicole, are you okay if I show it? That's so cool. You were just asking that. Perfect. Been really good about not buying more paint, but I need some bliss. That's fair. That is completely fair. All right, I'm gonna try and move this so that I can pull this up. All right, you guys, you ready to see this? Look at this thing. I think of the sound on TikTok. Oh, look at this. Isn't it the best? It's like the favorite thing ever. The Kris Jenner sound. Look at this. Look at this. So one side and then the other. Oh my goodness, that's so beautifully satisfying. And then another. And then another. And it says, one side of Arteza is regular and the other is metallics. Isn't that cool? And you say it stands almost 5 feet tall? Is that right? That's really cool. Oh, sorry, Gabrielle. Hold on a second. I'll pull it back up. So sorry. There we go. Is that better? That one. And then this one. Look at that. Oh, it keeps going and it keeps going. Let me go back to the first picture again then. So we've got that one. keeps going and going and going. That looks so freaking cool. And then this one. And it keeps going and going and going. That's wicked. Did you say you made this? And there's the other one. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. I love it. I'm completely and totally jealous. Completely. That's amazing. Yeah. What's it made out of, Nicole? Hi, Jess. Right? Isn't it incredible? It is. It's like a store display. It looks incredible. Nicole's mom did. She made it from a grocery store display. That's what I bought was a grocery store display. That's so neat. That is really cool. That's amazing. And so satisfying to be able to look up and just spin around and see all your paints like that. That'd be really cool. Makes me want to find a Lazy Susan and put some shelves on it for the bottles of paint somewhere. How's it going, Jess? How you been? It's good to see ya. Hi. Wonderful to see you. And I'm going to take a quick second again to ask anybody, if you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind liking the live. It's a thumbs up sign that you'll find underneath my channel name. You may have to minimize the chat, but if you haven't already and you wouldn't mind liking the live, that would be awesome. I really, really appreciate that. Just like on TikTok, the likes and the comments and the engagement all make a difference on here, so I appreciate it. And it spins. That's so amazing. That's the art and craft supply buyer equivalent of, and look, it's got pockets. Look, it spins. That is super, super cool. I gotta start keeping my eyes out for ways to buy that kind of stuff when stores are going out of business or moving. All right, let's continue. I think we're going to be able to start on the dark blue tonight. How cool is that? Our grocery store got some new displays, and I don't remember how exactly I found it, somewhere on Facebook. Oh, that's a good idea to check on that. All right. Never thought of that. I always forget about Facebook Marketplace because I'm never on Facebook anymore, and I really should for that. I'm going to be starting to sell some stuff on, there's an auction website, auction Facebook page that I belong to and have sold on before. So I'll have to get back on and take a look at Marketplace while I'm there too. That is really cool. So there you go, guys. Keep an eye around town and on your travels. You see a store doing renovations, keep an eye on Facebook Marketplace. You might find some great storage. What are the clips that she used? I like those curtain clips that you can get. All right, so now we go here and we continue. Everyone doing all right? I'm falling asleep. I'm hypnotizing myself here a little bit. It's pegboard, and I ordered pegboard hooks. Oh, cool. Paper clips and flip the side down. Oh, that's brilliant. So freaking cool. You write out the instructions on how to make that, and you can sell it. Just saying. Pay for some more paints. Yeah, I need to stay awake at least another hour. You're right. That's nice, though. I feel like all the lives have been going by so fast, and it's not that this one's going by slow, but it doesn't feel like it's speeding away out of control, which is nice. I like that. I think it's getting goopy again. I gotta give my paint a little stir here. You guys know what it's like when you get that little skin that forms on the top of your paint when you leave it open for a little too long. I still have brand new. Oh, that's right, that one that you mentioned. Are you gonna be able to fit that on there? That's pretty cool, though. That's gonna be so full. The hooks are too full. And overloaded, I guess, eh? See, what has happened was... Arteza has some wonderful sales, and I kept buying more because they were on sale, and then they went on sale again. That's how they get you. But what if this is the last sale for a long time? But what if this is the last sale for a long time? But this one might be the last sale for a long time. Nice part is in the tubes, you know, it doesn't go bad, really, does it? Can it dry out in the tubes after too long? As long as they stayed sealed, they should be fine, right? Gotta go. We'll see you later, Barb. Have a good night. Oh, you're welcome, Lorna. That was Nicole. I'm happy to ride on her coattails for this one. I have the bottle sets of their iridescent paints and their outdoor bottle paints. Oh, I haven't tried their outdoor ones. That's cool. Oh, wow, that's cool, Tracy. 4-year-old Arteza. That's amazing. That's amazing to know that it keeps. Then you might as well buy it when you find it on sale, right? Because might as well. It's not gonna go bad. Why am I starting on this one right now? I shouldn't be. I should be moving on to this one. This is our last blue section. Now, I think once I'm completely done, there's going to be a lot of touch-ups, or, touch-ups, I guess you'd call it, where I add dots or remove dots depending on how it looks to try and make it feel nice and symmetrical, but this will get the idea done, and then we can see how it changes as we go. I wish that my family members could see that I'm not alone in the amount of paint I have. They think I'm excessive. All right, so you know what we do? We'll create a post, and I will, because I want to count my paints again. So I'm going to do a video, and I will do a time lapse of counting my paints, and I will put it out there as a challenge to everybody else so that you can then show them that post, Tracy, and say, see, it's not just me. I'll put that on the list to do. Gonna go through the Pearl, same other boxes to find one for the, oh, that's a good idea for the new project. That's great. It's nice to know you're not alone in it, though. Share. Not intentionally lurking. I'm working. Listening to Jamie and being aware of so much of what's going on in the chat reminds me of all the beauty in the world. Just want to say thank you all and love you. Oh, I love you too, Share. That's so nice. Do we include spare bottles? Yes. I don't think... Well, you could do both, right? And say, this is how many total bottles I have, and that encompasses X number of unique colors. I think it's literally like, if I was to have proper storage for every single bottle of paint that I have, how many bottles of paint am I looking at dealing with? So yeah, we'll figure that out though. Yeah, Lay's got a really impressive paint supply. Really, really impressive. That's so sweet, Cher. Thanks for sending that love. It's good to see you and happy to keep you company while you're working. If there's anybody new watching, there's never, ever, ever any pressure to interact any more or less than you want to. This is about having some time to take a breath, do something that we enjoy, maybe reset our nervous systems a little bit, and heaven forbid, yeah, just do something that we enjoy for a little bit. So if that enjoyment is sitting back and listening and just having someone keep you company, body doubling with you, whatever that is, whatever it is that you need to get out of the live is exactly what you should be doing. Everybody has chatty days and not so chatty days. Hi, Audrey. How you doing? Hi. Hello, Sleepy. You want to say hello? Hello. I'm just half asleep. Tracy says, I have a large reusable grocery bag in the closet with the doubles. Yep, we'll pack them around anywhere. Hi. How you doing? I love you. I love you. Are you okay? Stop looking at me. Leave me alone. You're welcome, Kim. Love you, love you. All right, I need to move this here and move my paints a little closer. I know I'm interrupting her again. She's completely, totally put out by it too, eh, Gabrielle? What are you doing? I know, my poor baby girl. It's a rough life being Audrey, let me tell ya. Only 6 to 10 meals a day. She eats a lot of little bits during the day. She doesn't eat full meals. She is on a diet. And she's been losing weight, actually, which is good. But yeah, very rough. Only like 15 different places for her to sleep. You know, no attention ever. She's got it rough. Hi, babe. It's okay, Lorna. No worries. You take some breaths and process, and we are here, okay? You love her, and she's not even yours. I love that. We think that she's around between 9 and 11 years old, Gabrielle. We're not sure. She was a rescue. She was brought in. She was feral when she was rescued, so it's just an estimate. But she's in the 9 to 11 year range. Many, many, many years left. Right? Many, many, many years left. You're not going anywhere. I know, she's got so many. Oh, like I can see 4, 5, 6 different beds just from where I'm sitting. Hi, are you gonna get up and walk in front of my paints? It kind of looks like you might. And I gotta see if it's gonna happen or not. Okay, nope, it's time for a bath. Perfect. I have had her since fall of 2018. So yeah, 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, 7 years. Audrey, you're shaking the table. Yeah, she's shaking the table, giving herself her bath. It's all right. Yes, you're shaking the table. Hey, take it easy, would ya? Take it easy, Toots. You can see it shaking, right? She would go outside. So when I was living in Bowmanville, she would sit out on the balcony all the time. And then when we moved to the farm, I got her a harness. And once we moved into the camper, that's when she started coming outside. And I'd take her, and she would check out the chicken coop, and then she would jump up on the fence posts, and she'd go diving through grasses and stuff. She loved being outside. So sometimes I just even go sit outside. If I was going outside for a puff, I would take her out with me and do that. I know, deal with it, Mom, right? She's like, sorry, not sorry. Gotta take a bath. What are you gonna do? So yeah, she's got a little harness that she would wear and come outside. But we go for big long walks around the property and everything. It was really cute. I dream of her having an outdoor space again one day, whether it's just a balcony or if it's a backyard or something. She'd be fine with a balcony too. She was very content. She would, when she wanted to go and sit on the balcony, if the door wasn't open for her to go out, she would go and she would scratch at the door so that she'd get let out. It's so funny. But the only time she goes outside right now is when we go to her nail trim appointments. We go to a groomer that uses a little Dremel and files her nails down to help keep them nice and smooth, to help keep her out of the hoodie, really, so that she doesn't scratch up that little bald spot that she has on the back of her neck, because it's still not growing hair back. But that's really the only time that she's outside now. I'd like to start taking her in the car a little more often and going places. Because she finds it interesting. She seems to be really interested when she's looking out the window and everything. And then usually when we get back from the nail appointment, we'll sit outside on the bench and I'll have a smoke and check my phone. And she'll sit there with me. As long as none of the dogs come around, she's okay with it. As soon as there's dogs that come around, she's like, get me the hell out of here. I don't like these guys. I don't want to play with them. Yeah, mine's enclosed here. So in the solarium, which is the room that I use for my studio, that is, it looks like it was supposed to be a balcony and then it got enclosed. So it's the closest thing to outside. So I make sure that she's got her cat tree out in front of the window, and she's got one of those little hammock seats that suction cups to the window, and she loves that thing. And it's fun to watch her too, because when she gets up on that window seat, you can see her head on a swivel, just watching what's going on in the cemetery, if there's people walking around or if there's squirrels running up and down the trees. She's just watching all of it. She loves that room though too. She goes out there just to look out the window a lot of times. I'll get up in the middle of the night at like 3 a.m. to go to the bathroom, and I come back and she's sitting in the solarium, all dark, sitting at the window, just watching the world go by down below her. It's so friggin' cute. It makes me happy that she's so happy sitting out there. I always look at that stuff. I'm like, when she has all the choice in the world of what things to do, when she chooses, the fact that that's one of the things she chooses to do, I think it's just so cool. Sometimes she paws at the window, which breaks my heart, but yeah, it's neat. We would spend all day out on our balcony. Half the time I'd work from there, I'd paint from there sometimes. Like, I don't even need a full-size apartment. If I have a balcony, that's all I need. Give me that and a hotel room with a kitchenette. I'm fine. That's all I need. I'll spend most of my time on the balcony anyway. I get heaters and put them out there with me. Out there 365 days a year. Some of my favorite days were to sit out on the balcony when it had just freshly snowed, and it was a really quiet street, so it took a long time for the snow to turn to slush and get noisy, but it was always so cool to sit out there when it was just freshly snowed and it was so quiet. It was so peaceful. Yeah, she was happy there. The quiet is deafening sometimes. Absolutely, it can be. But it didn't happen very often. So when it did happen, it was kind of welcoming. When I was out at the farm, the quiet was deafening and creepy. Like, I can hear stuff from way too far away. Sometimes it was creepy anyway. I would. That would be so peaceful. I think the thing is it's not creepy when you are somewhere where you feel safe too, right? And sometimes when I was in that camper, I'm like, is this really the best idea? I don't know if I'm actually safe out here. Some lunatic gonna come and try and break into my camper while I'm sleeping one night. Yeah, and you'll literally hear a pin drop. Those are always nice nights. I would also love sitting outside. I loved sitting outside, like when there was rain or a thunderstorm happening. I'd be out there all the time if I could. All the freaking time. And scrape the ice off their cars before starting them. Yeah, that echoes real loud. Real loud. We're almost done the blue. That's so exciting. We can start the dark blue. So once I'm done these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this paint back in the bottle. Make sure it doesn't get wasted because I don't have much left of it. I still got to remember to check Stockade and see if they have this color, because Michael's did not have any more of it. So I'm hoping I can still get it, because I feel like I'm going to be doing more of some at this or similar color combos. I feel like the dark here scares me so much. It's so dark you can't see your hand in front of your face, but you hear the wild animals out. That would be really creepy. That would be really creepy for sure. I'd be learning how to use a pew-pew if I lived out in the country, especially if I was by myself. Just in case. I also used to say that if I lived out in the country, I would create my own security system by creating like upside down pentagrams and like stuff out of the Blair Witch Project, and have that hanging in my trees along the perimeter of my property so that people would just, you know, maybe we shouldn't step foot on our property. Maybe it's hexed. Yeah, when you see the stars, though, yeah. If we refuse to go out after dark, I'd have to have some kind of enclosure that I could go into where I'd know I was safe. Like a covered porch or something. I don't know. There's always a trade-off, right? But yeah, the stars are amazing. So around here, the farther out you get from Toronto, the more stars you see. So I'm about half an hour closer to Toronto than I was in Bowmanville. And it was much tinier when I lived there, so there wasn't as much light pollution at night compared to the farm where it was just pitch black all the time. That's why I like the idea of having a piece of property where multiple people live together, like a bunch of tiny houses, and, you know, build our little commune. Because then at least there's multiple people there, right? You're not alone. I look out windows. 12 and 13 are meteors. Oh, that's right, too. The Preside meteor shower is happening. Doll heads on sticks, exactly, Jess. Right? We'll go and get a whole bunch of, like, half-broken lawn ornaments and paint them all black with, like, glow-in-the-dark red eyes and stuff and stick them around the property. Like, there's all kinds of stuff we could do that I would think would be a little bit of a deterrent when people were asking themselves the question of, hey, I wonder if we should go here uninvited and unexpected. I want them to question that. To question it a lot. All right, I'm going to empty out that paint. I need to find a brush to help me to do it. Now we're going to be fine. All right. I'm going to do a zoom out. So this is where we are at now with 2 rows of dots. I'm going to cover up. Oh no, I just stuck my hand in paint. I'm going to empty out that blue paint back into the paint bottle. Maybe it'll mix with some of the other stuff in there and help with paint boogers later. Did I just dump those paints out? No, I didn't. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so we've got the blue out. What's left in there will dry. And then we are going to grab the dark blue and we will start on those rows of dots. And yeah, we'll fill that in. Okay, so we need the dark blue. Dark blue is over here. And the dark blue is Peacock Blue Deco Art Crafters Acrylics. I love this so much. You like it? Thank you. Well, and you know, with our creativity, we ever create that Dotville of ours that we want to do, we'll find all kinds of creative ways to build in some some effective security protocols, I'm sure. I've got so much blue paint all over me. And I don't even know where I can touch this cloth of mine. All right. Peacock blue. We'll put that into our paint palette over here. A couple paint boogers in there, but I'll fish them out. Whoop. I always like to see those abandoned houses you see in the woods that are completely hidden with vines and bushes. Yeah, so cool, eh? Like you expect there's a vampire living in that house for sure. Thank you, Kim. Oh, there's another one. Got it. All right, we should be good. So we are gonna go to our size 1.5 tool. Are we? Or are we gonna go with a size 1 more time? We're gonna try it and see. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm gonna have to do the size 1 again. Now, this might end up being harder to see too because it's quite a bit darker. Trying to play with the spacing a little bit to create a little bit more room, but I don't think it's going to work well. I fear that this line of dots is just going to look like a solid painted line. That could be kind of cool to do sometime. Just paint a solid line. All right, next. Do ya, Lorna? They're pretty cool, aren't they? Audrey's my first cat, and I'm so glad. So glad that I have her. All right. Lily's my first dog. I had cats before. Yeah. What kind of dog is Lily again? Do you have cats, Lorna? Nicole asked. I feel like when the spacing and the sizing is right, these rows are really, really quick. It's when the spacing or the sizing or both isn't quite what it should be that it makes it a much slower process. Chihuahua mix, right. She wasn't supposed to get more than 4 pounds and she's 15. Wow. That must have been one hell of a shock, eh? All right, here we go. Let's see how we do. We've got half an hour, so we should be able to get a couple of these sections completely done with all of their blue dots. And I think that's going to be really cool to be able to see how it's going to look. We might start doing the blue and the purple all at the same time too. No, we probably need to let it dry longer. That probably wouldn't work actually. You never know. Oops, sorry guys. Forgot to turn. Yes, what are their names, Lorna? I'm cruising through these dots. This is much easier. When the spacing and the sizing is right, I feel like it's going so much faster. Ooh. All right, so let's move on to this one. I did a lot of them way too small in the first rows. It's taken some time to kind of pull out of that a little bit. You okay? Mom was just in the kitchen grabbing something to eat, so. All right, how we doing, you guys? Everyone doing all right? Jess, you doing any painting tonight? Not now. Now we have an elderly stupid dog. She's our daughter's dog. Gotcha. Doing good, Kara? All right, awesome. Kim, doing good. Wonderful. Playing around with those flat ornaments. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they're cool. What a great shape and to have them flat like that too, eh? It's so much easier than a curved surface. That sounds fun. Very nice. Oh, shoot. I keep forgetting I'm zoomed in so much further. Sorry about that. Just put guidelines on 10 of them. That's awesome. It's nice, too, that they're a good background color with the matte black, eh? Nicole, I want to paint ornaments so bad. I tell myself every year I'm going to, and Christmas passes again and again. It's a big job. So what do you think, Nicole? Is this the year? There's a couple workshop recordings of ornament designs. We could do another one. Yeah, 10's a lot. I always liked painting in batches of 10 or 15 though. Cher. Hi, Cher. Driving over to my next building, I usually listen to political or spiritual podcasts while I work, but I enjoy being here so much it feels like a visit with everyone. Oh, that's so nice. I'm so happy that we're keeping you company. That's wonderful. Oh, she's gray outside tonight. I just pulled back the curtain to let some... see if there is any natural light left to let in. Happy to be keeping you company, Cher. That's why we do so many Christmas in July events. It reminds us it's coming. Yeah, I got to start getting back to doing that too. Nicole, I worked so hard a few years ago, and the inside of them, the paint separated and ran down, so it was so weird. It made them look awful. I have no idea why the paint on the inside did that. I've only used paint on the inside once, and I had the same issue too. I've never had any luck with it. I've always done the glitter since. Your husband's words. Oh, we had 3 cats. They all passed. My husband would not let us get more. Smoky Patches and Babe. Oh, I'm so sorry you lost them. It's so hard. Yeah, sometimes people are... It's hard, right? It's... On one hand, you want to have a creature around, but then on the other hand, you're signing yourself up for some serious heartbreak again, right? Cher says, sometimes I run through the building, too old for that shit, to see when you're showing your worker, Audrey. Quick, Cher, come look, come look. That's so cute. Are you heading out, Kim? Lots of love to ya. Have a wonderful rest of your night. 14 and truly annoying. Yeah, those are wonderful names. All right, so now we're gonna go back to this one and fill in the spaces. And I'm gonna actually change my tool. These are tight squeezes, so I'm messing with the dot size a little bit. Yeah, this is just going to be a solid line of paint now. That's okay. It's fine. It's still going to look good. You can always do it again sometime. It's been a few years. I still miss them, I bet. Never goes away. Missing them never goes away. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that very much. Hopefully it's not going to be too noticeable when it's done. Hopefully. Go here and then we'll see. Yeah, I always miss them. It never goes away. Audrey's never gonna go though. We're gonna go together. No, that's not true, because, well, you never know. But I want her to live. I hope she lives. I hope she's 9. I hope she's closer to the 9-year-old than the 11-year-old. And I hope I've got at least another 10 years with her. That's what I'm hoping. Sorry, I'm completely zoned out again. Bear with me. All right, first section is completely done. I love how it's just, you know that it looks different, but not quite sure why. I need to start taking photos of pieces like this that changed super slightly. Cat is 14. That's amazing. What's your cat's name again, Tina? Nicole says, my mom worries about me when I lose Lily. I will miss her dearly, but I also have to remind myself she can't stay with me ever. I try to think that she might help me in this, I try to think that might help me in the slightest. It might, yeah. Sometimes it does, right? It's hard. It's hard no matter what. You know, our lives revolve around them. And you can't help but notice their absence for sure. Yeah, they are their comfort. Love them, especially Patches. He was a real cuddles. He has several. We usually call him Bad Boy. Is he bad? Does he get into stuff? Is he a troublemaker? Audrey's not a huge troublemaker. She won't eat food if I leave it out unless it's Cheesies. Then if she wants some Cheetos, she sticks her whole face in the bowl and her face goes orange. But if there's a garbage bag, she'll chew on that plastic till that garbage bag rips right open and dumps all over the floor. He's a boy, so yes, fair. Fair enough. Mom's cat lived to be 19. Wow. Share, add a red light. I'm sorry about your kitties, Laura. My mom had a cat that lived until she was 27. Holy shit. That's amazing. That is so cool. Yep, there are babies. I'm kind of impressed I haven't gone cross-eyed yet, because this blue is so dark. It's really hard to see. Yeah, that's incredible. 27. Cooking with gas. Look at us go. Yeah, it's really, really dark. Gren says, when I could crochet, I found out my cat liked to chew through whatever I was working on. Just one bite separated my work. Oh, no. Oh. Total jerk, and probably was having the time of his life. That's so funny. All right. Well, let's get a few more dots done and we'll be ready for the next one. Oh, hi. Look who's awake because she knows there's only 10 minutes left. Audrey. You trying to wake up? Oops. All right. So I will post my live schedule. I want to get it done tomorrow because I really want to know what the plan is going to be for the week. So I will keep you guys posted on the schedule ASAP. But we're going to do Symmetry Series workshop on Tuesday. And then we'll try and fill the rest of the week with as many lives as we can. I will do my absolute best to make it nice and full. Wednesday, I will not have any lives, unfortunately. It's not a day off, but I do have to take a friend to an appointment at the hospital, and then help out another friend that evening. So try to do that all on one day, but we should be back to regular scheduled programming on Thursday, and we'll fill it full. Fill the schedule nice and full. It didn't look like she was trying to wake up. Sometimes she does though, because she was laying flat out. She was Superman right out, laying her head down, and then she popped her head up. Just like now, she's listening. What are you doing, Audrey? Nothing. Yeah, she knows time. She can tell time for sure. Right, she did look pretty zen. Thank you, Lorna. Yes, please do. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that very much. And that will help remind me to get that research done so we can get that set up. And I'll try and have it ready. As quickly as I can. But thank you. Yes, please do. I'm really, really happy with this. I'm excited to see once the purple row goes in. I think it's going to be neat. Give it that kind of Doppler effect look. I always think of Sheldon on Big Bang Theory when he dressed up as the Doppler effect. I don't know what that is. Yes, so there's going to be space between the purple row and the next teal row. And what I'm actually thinking I'm going to do is after the purple row, I'm going to do a row of the neon red, but I'm going to do them as just really teeny tiny dots. And then I'm going to do some of the neon orange as teeny tiny dots in here. Or I might just do them both red. I'm not sure, but they're going to be very, very, very tiny. Thank you, Debbie. I'm so glad you guys like it. But yeah, there will be space in between each of those. Probably about, well, a little more than that much. Yeah, I think that'll be cool because I wanted to add something. My original intention was to do like these tiny detail dots in between the dots, but it's just going to be too clustered to do them in these bands. I did the dots way too small for that. So what I am, because I wanted something in these rows of dots, these stripes, I wanted something to be neon so that when we turn the black light on, that those parts of the painting don't just go away, you know? So yeah, my original was that I was going to do the neon red with all the teeny tiny dots, but it's just going to be way too cluttered for that. But I will be playing with that at some point in other pieces for sure. We'll get you set up, Lorna, for sure. All right. There we go, you guys. You're welcome, Lorna. You are most welcome. All right, let's move this. I'm going to close up the lid on my paints. And we are so there we go. So when we zoom in, there's just that slight difference between these rows and these rows. So I still need to do all the partial dots so that I can fill out the spirals like I did here, all those dots that are hiding behind the other circles. I still have to do that on all of these. These tiny green dots are going to go on all of these little spirals as well. So that's going to be another big part of this project, but we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. I feel like we're probably 8 to 10 hours away from being done, I think. I love this one so much, though. I want to play with other colors, like, immediately. I want to do it bigger, too. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks, Cara. Love you to bits. I was going to ask if you could top dot just the dark blue row, but it's pretty tiny dots. Yeah, it's just too tiny, I think. I think the next time I did it, I started with 1.0 for the first row. I think I'd start with a 1.5 next time. And then I think that would put in a little bit more spacing. But I wanted it to be so tiny in comparison to these guys, right? So, but we'll see how it goes. Have a wonderful night, you guys. Thank you, Tina. Thanks for spending so much time with me, you guys. Good night, Cara. Good night, Jess. Good night, Nicole. Love you to bits. Love you, Lorna, Barb, Lay, Debbie, Cher. Anybody else that I didn't list there? Nicole. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will see you guys very soon. And oh, look who's awake when we're signing off. Well, hello, Audrey. Are you ready for a snack? Are you hungry? Audrey. All right, you guys. We'll see you soon.